Hello students, welcome to Affairs Cloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for 11th January. Session will be quite interesting, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. First is IWDC committed how much amount for the development of river cruise tourism. What is IWDC? First of all, it is Inland Waterways Development Council. This IWDC is chaired by Sarbandana Sonowal ji. Correct. So recently, remember, IWDC, they committed 45,000 crore rupees for the development of river cruise tourism in India. 35,000 crore rupees among this amount will has been allocated for the cruise vessel, and the rest 10,000 crore rupees is set aside for the development of the terminal infrastructure by the 2047. Correct. So mark this. Then the meeting was held for this on a vessel MV Ganges Queen, that is at Kolkata Dock Complex in Kolkata, West Bengal. So coming back, how much amount was approved? So remember, the first meeting of IWDC committed 45,000 crore rupees for the development of the river cruise tourism in India. Next is Dr. S. Jaishankar, our External Affairs Minister, visited Nepal on 4th and 5th of January in 2024. Here, Nepal signed long-term power deal agreement with India for the export of 10,000 megawatt of electricity over the next 10 years. Then India and Nepal, they also signed 4 major agreements that deal in areas such as your renewable energy, power sector, space, technology, etc. Apart from this, third, remember, India will extend the financial assistance of $75 million to Nepal for the reconstruction efforts in the earthquake hit areas. Right? So during this visit, these 3 things happened here. Who is the Prime Minister of Nepal? Pushpa Kamal Dahal ji. Correct. And capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. Next, which country is to chair and host UNESCO's World Heritage Committee in July 2024? So remember, it is our India. Correct. India will be having the chairmanship and will be hosting the UNESCO's World Heritage Committee in July 2024. What will be the location where this will be held? In India, it will be in New Delhi, and this is for the first time to India that they will be hosting and having the chairmanship of UNESCO's World Heritage Committee. Right? Take a note of this. Then this World Heritage Committee, it determines the inclusion and removals of the World Heritage List and the list of the heritage in danger. Correct? Next, if we talk about UNESCO, who is the Director General of UNESCO? Audrey Azoulay. And where is the headquarter of UNESCO? It is in Paris, France. Next, which bank has introduced Samman Rupee credit card for the government employees? It is IndusInd Bank, right? IndusInd Bank, they have recently introduced Samman Rupee credit card for the government employees. Correct? This contactless credit card has enhanced the day-to-day transactional experience of the cardholders, thereby offering them a multitude of convenient payment options. This card offers 1% cashback on retail spends in every statement cycle, and the cardholders can also avail 1% waivers on fuel surcharges. If we talk about this, here IndusInd Bank, who is the MD and Chief Executive Officer, Sumant Kathpalia, headquarter is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It was established in 1994. Then for NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, who is MD and CEO, Dilip Esbe. Headquarter is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It was established in 2008 and it was established under Payment and Settlement Act of 2007. Next is which bank has introduced savings account portability online scheme to transfer saving accounts online. So remember, it is your IOB, Indian Overseas Bank, right? They have introduced this saving account portability online scheme. This will simplify the saving account portability process for the customers who move to different location for work or education. Right? This process or this scheme will aim to streamline the process, eliminating the manual paperwork and reducing the waiting period. Correct? So it is Indian Overseas Bank. They have introduced this saving accounts portability online scheme. Next, who has been appointed as the youngest ever Prime Minister of France? And remember, he also became the first openly gay Prime Minister. Correct? He will be Gabriel Attal. As you can see him in the picture, he is the youngest ever Prime Minister of France. And since the founding of the Fifth Republic in 1958, he is also the first openly gay Prime Minister of France. Gabriel Attal. Correct? He became the youngest ever Prime Minister of France. Right? He will replace whom? So remember, our new youngest Prime Minister of France will be replaced PM Elizabeth Borne. Correct? He will be replacing Elizabeth Borne. Who is the President of France? Emmanuel Macron. Right? And here, who is the new Prime Minister of France? Gabriel Attal. He is just 34 years of age and he is also a gay. Correct? Next. ECC, not ECC, ACC acquired 55% in ACCPL at an enterprise value of dash. So ACC Limited, that is a subsidiary of Adani owned Ambuja Cements Limited, they acquired the remaining 55% stake in Asian Concretes and Cements Private Limited, correct, at an enterprise value of 775 CR. Correct. This 55% stake, this was valued at 425.96 crore rupees and the whole value was at 775 crore rupees. Right. This 100% enterprise value means the 100% of this company was valued at itne and 55% recently ACC acquired this for 425.96 crore rupees. Next is, let me give you the name, Ugram. UGRAM, right? UGRAM, this is an assault rifle launched for Indian Army by which organization? So, Ugram, correct? This is an assault rifle launched for Indian Army by DRDO, right? Defense Research and Development Organization has launched this Ugram assault rifle for the Indian Army. Correct? Mark this. It has been developed by ARDA in Pune, Maharashtra. Correct? That is your Armament Research and Development Establishment. This is 7.62 by 51 mm caliber. It weighs less than 4 kg and it has a range of 500 meter. Correct? Next, here you can see this is the assault rifle we are talking about, launched by DRDO, Ugram, and it is for Indian Army. Next, which countries' researchers have developed electronic soil for hydroponics? So remember recently researchers from Sweden, they have developed electronic soil for hydroponics. Hydroponics is basically a method of growing vegetables without soil using just water, right? And nutrients are included in this water, right? So that is your hydroponics. Now another type of electronic soil has been used that can be used instead of our normal soil that we found on the ground, right? And this is an electronic soil. So the Sweden researchers, they have developed an electronically conductive growing medium called electronic soil or e-soil, and this have found their application in soil-less gardening or hydroponics. The study on e-soil was published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, a pioneer-reviewed journal of the National Academy of Science. This e-soil electrically stimulates the root system and growth environment of plants. By using an organic mixed ionic electronic conductor, e-soil surpasses the limitations of the commonly used mineral wool substrate in hydroponics. Next is overview of India tour to South Africa on 10th of December to 7th of January. Right, if we talk about this, Indian cricket team toured South Africa from 10th of December 2023 to 7th of January 2024 to play the T20 International and 3 one-day ODI and 2 test matches. Here remember Indian cricket team won the ODI series while T20 International and Test series ended in a draw. South African former Test captain Dan Elgar has announced his retirement from the international cricket after the last Test match against India, and South African batsman Henrich Klaasen has also announced his retirement from Test cricket. He continues to play ODI and T20 International. If we talk about BCCI, President will be Roger Binney, Secretary Jai Shah, and headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and it was established in 1928. Next is obituary. Music maestro and Padma awardee Ustad Rashid Khan has recently passed away. He was 55 and passed away in Kolkata, West Bengal. He was born on 1st of July in 1968 in Badun in UP. Correct? And his style is related to Gwalior Gharana, that is style of his singing. Correct? Then he was honored with Padma Shri in 2006, Padma Bhushan, that is the third highest civilian award in 2022 in the field of arts. Then he was also awarded with Sangeet Natak Academy Award in 2006. Next is renowned Hindi poet Hariram Dwivedi has passed away recently. Pandit Hariram Dwivedi, he passed away in UP. Correct? He was born in 1936 in the village of Uttar Pradesh. Correct? And Hariram Dwivedi was conferred with Sahitya Academy Bhasha Samman 2023 for his contribution to Bhojpuri language and literature. Next is important days. World Hindi Day, take a note of this. World Hindi Day observed on 10th of January to highlight and educate the people about the importance of Hindi language and to honor the contributions of Hindi speakers across the globe. Right? So World Hindi Day, for the first time, it was observed on 10th of January in 2006. Next is state news. Odisha government has signed a memorandum of understanding with NDDB to set up a new GMP facility to produce anthrax and ENT vaccines. I repeat, Odisha government, they recently signed an MOU with NDDB, that is National Dairy Development Board, for setting up a good manufacturing practice facility to produce anthrax and ENT vaccines. Here you can see Fisheries and Animal Resource Development Department of the Government of Odisha They have signed this MOU with NDDB National Dairy Development Board for the good manufacturing practice facility that will be manufacturing anthrax and ENT vaccines. The project is estimated with an investment of 52.2 crore rupees for the production of these vaccines, and the construction of work of laboratory will be completed within 36 days. Then almost 22 lakh doses of anthrax and 14 lakh doses of ENT vaccines will be developed here. Next is West Bengal's Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has launched Yoga Shri for SC/ST students in West Bengal. I repeat, Chief Minister of West Bengal Mamata Banerjee, they have launched a new social welfare scheme Yoga Shri during a program in Kolkata, West Bengal. This Yoga Shri, this is a free training module for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe students in West Bengal for various entrances and competitive examination. She also introduced a toll-free anti-ragging number for students and rolled out a student internship program also. Under this Yoga Shri, remember, 50 centers will be opened across all the states where the SC and ST students will be able to take training completely free of cost. Correct? So, Chief Minister of West Bengal is Mamata Banerjee, who is the Governor of West Bengal, CV Ananda Bose. Correct? Then Singalila National Park, Neora National Valley Park are located in West Bengal. So friends, these were your important current affairs for the day. Now, let's go for a quick one-liner revision. First meeting of IWDC committed 45,000 crore rupees for the development of river cruise tourism. Our External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar visited Nepal on 4th and 5th of January and they signed some deals there. Then India to chair and host UNESCO's World Heritage Committee in July 2024. IndusInd Bank introduced Samman Rupee credit card for the government employees. Indian Overseas Bank introduced Saving Accounts Portability online scheme to transfer saving accounts online. Then Gabriel Attal appointed as the youngest ever Prime Minister of France and he will replace Elizabeth Borne. ACC has acquired the remaining 55% stake in ACCPL at an enterprise value of 775 crore rupees. Next is DRDO. They have launched assault rifle Ugram for the Indian Army. Next is Swedish researchers. They have developed electronic soil for hydroponics. Then India's tour to South Africa held on 10th to 7th of January. And here, remember, India has won the which series? Did they win the ODI series or the Test series? So remember, India has won the ODI series while T20 and Test series ended in a draw. Then Music Maestro and Padma awardee Ustad Rashid Khan passed away. Renowned Hindi poet Hariram Dwivedi passed away. World Hindi Day observed on 10th of January. Then Odisha government signed an MOU with NDDB to set up a new GMP facility to produce anthrax and ENT vaccines. Then West Bengal's Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has launched Yoga Shri for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe students in West Bengal to provide them free of cost training. So friends, these were your important current affairs. I hope the session was up to the mark. If you find the session interesting, all you have to do is like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views for the same. Doing this will motivate me to make better content for you in the long run. Now, let's move to some revision current affairs. First, when was the UN International Translation Day 2023 observed across the globe with the theme Translation Unveils the Many Faces of Humanity? This is the theme for the UN International Translation Day. When do we observe this? It is observed on 30th of September. Correct? And for the first time, this UN recognized International Translation Day was observed on 30th of September in 2017. This was the first ever edition, or we can say the inaugural edition of this.
IFPRI क्या है? IFPRI क्या है? इंटरनेशनल फूड पॉलिसी रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट. इन्होंने अभी किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ एक स्टेटमेंट ऑफ इंटेंट साइन किया है टू स्ट्रेंथन द पॉलिसी फ्रेमवर्क फॉर एग्रीकल्चर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. एग्रीकल्चर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के लिए बेसिकली बोले तो डेवलपमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के लिए एंड इन दैट टू एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर को ट्रांसफॉर्म करने के लिए IFPRI जो कि है इंटरनेशनल फूड पॉलिसी रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, इन्होंने किन के साथ टाइप किया? नीति आयोग के साथ यहाँ पे टाइप किया गया. राइट, एग्रीकल्चर को बढ़ावा देने के लिए, रूरल डेवलपमेंट लाने के लिए, ट्रेड में, क्लाइमेट चेंज प्रैक्टिसेस को इंप्रूव करने के लिए ये लॉन्च किया गया था. ये स्टेटमेंट ऑफ इंटेंट साइन किया गया.
The regiment of artillery observed the 197th Gunners Day on dash. So Regiment of Artillery observed 197th Gunners Day on 28th of September 2023, and this year 2023 it marks 197th anniversary of this or observance of this Gunners Day, right?
Moving on, according to WHO, the road traffic deaths globally declined by how much percent? तो देखो WHO की एक अभी रिपोर्ट आई, इन्होंने दो चीज़ों के बारे में बात करी, एक तो ग्लोबली मतलब वर्ल्ड वाइड और एक इंडिया का डाटा। अगर ग्लोबली की बात करें तो यहाँ पे इन्होंने बोला कि ग्लोबली जो रोड एक्सीडेंट से जो डेथ्स होती है ना, उसमें हमें डिक्रीज देखने को मिला है, उसमें कमी देखने को मिली है बाय 5%। वहीं पर अगर मैं इंडिया की बात करूँ तो रोड एक्सीडेंट से जो डेथ्स होती है ना, उसमें हमें इंक्रीज देखने को मिला है सिर्फ इंडिया में, बल्कि ग्लोबली रोड एक्सीडेंट से जो डेथ्स डिक्रीज हुई हैं बट इंडिया में ये इंक्रीज हुई हैं। हमसे पूछा गया कि जो डिक्लाइन हुआ है कितने परसेंट से डिक्लाइन हुआ, वो है 5% से यहाँ पे डिक्लाइन देखने को मिला है ग्लोबली, अकॉर्डिंग टू द रिपोर्ट रिलीज बाय WHO। रिपोर्ट थी ग्लोबल स्टेटस रिपोर्ट ऑन सेफ्टी 2023 एंड इसी में बताया, ये 10 साल का डाटा है 2010 से 2021 के बीच का। इसमें बताया कि ग्लोबली जो रोड एक्सीडेंट से जो डेथ्स होती है ना, उसमें हमें गिरावट देखने को मिली बाय 5%। ये 5th एडिशन था एंड इंडिया में बस इंक्रीज हमें देखने को मिला है। WHO की बात करें तो डॉक्टर टेड्रोस गिब्रेसिस यहाँ के डायरेक्टर जनरल रहेंगे, जिनेवा स्विट्जरलैंड हेडक्वार्टर, एंड 1948 में इसको फाउंड किया गया था।
When was the UN International Day of Older Pensions 2023 observed across the globe with the theme of fulfilling the promises of Universal Declaration of Human Rights for older persons across generation? So when do we observe this day? It is observed on 1st of October, right? And the theme here is, what is the theme? Fulfilling the promises of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for older persons across generation. The day was observed to raise awareness of the contributions and achievements of the older individuals that are above age 65 in society, to promote the well-being and inclusion in all the aspects of society, and to grow the society as a whole.
इंडिया का फास्टेस्ट सोलर इलेक्ट्रिक बोट क्या नाम रहेगा जिसको लॉन्च किया गया केरला में? वो है बैराकूडा। ये बैराकूडा याद रखेंगे, इंडिया की फास्टेस्ट सोलर इलेक्ट्रिक बोट रहेगी। कहाँ पर? एलेपुजा केरला में इसको लॉन्च किया जाएगा। इसको डेवलप किया गया है मडगांव डॉक शिप बिल्डर्स लिमिटेड के द्वारा एंड नावेल्ट सोलर एंड इलेक्ट्रिक बोट्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के द्वारा। ये जो बैराकूडा है ये 50 किलोवाट की इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर्स बोट है, राइट। एंड ये जो वेसल है इसको डिप्लॉय किया जा सकता है इवन इन द रफ सीज, एंड 12 पैसेंजर्स को ये ले जा सकती है, ट्रेल मतलब इन द प्रोसेस ये कैरी कर सकती है अलॉन्ग विद द कार्गो। एंड 14 मीटर लॉन्ग है, 4.4 मीटर वाइड है, 12.5 नॉट्स की मैक्सिमम इसकी स्पीड रह सकती है और एक सिंगल चार्ज पर 7 घंटे तक ये ऑपरेट कर सकती है इन वाटर। फिर इसी के साथ साथ याद रखेंगे चाइना के द्वारा अभी एक रियूजेबल रॉकेट स्पेसक्राफ्ट को लॉन्च किया गया जिसका नाम रहेगा रियूजेबल अनक्रूड स्पेसक्राफ्ट। उसको लॉन्च किया गया फ्रॉम जीक्वेंस सैटेलाइट सेंटर। किस रॉकेट की मदद से? लॉन्ग मार्च 2F रॉकेट की मदद से इसको लॉन्च किया गया, याद रखेंगे चाइना के द्वारा। देन इसी के साथ साथ एक और न्यूज़ याद रखेंगे चाइना की ही। चाइना ने अभी रिसेंटली वर्ल्ड्स फर्स्ट 4th जनरेशन न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर को लॉन्च किया, राइट। आई रिपीट, चाइना के द्वारा वर्ल्ड का पहला 4th जनरेशन न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर यहाँ पे लॉन्च किया गया, करेक्ट, मार्क करेंगे। चाइना का टारगेट याद रखेंगे एक और कि चाइना का जो टारगेट है वो है 10% ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हम जनरेट कर सके फ्रॉम न्यूक्लियर बाय 2035 एंड 18% हम जनरेट कर सकें बाय 2060। कमिंग बैक टू स्पोर्ट्स की बात करें तो इंडिया के कौन से वो प्लेयर्स हैं जिनको भी इंडक्ट किया गया टू द इंटरनेशनल टेनिस हॉल ऑफ फेम? तो इंडिया के 2 फॉर्मर प्लेयर्स याद रखेंगे, लिएंडर पेस एंड विजय अमृतराज। आप इनको पिक्चर में देख सकते हैं, लिएंडर पेस एंड विजय अमृतराज, ये वो 2 इंडियन टेनिस प्लेयर्स बने जिनको इंडक्ट किया गया टू द इंटरनेशनल टेनिस हॉल ऑफ फेम में। काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट, ये पहले इंडियंस बने एज वेल एज फर्स्ट एशियंस बने जिनको इसमें ऐड किया गया इस हॉल ऑफ फेम में। एंड इंडिया यहीं पर 28th नेशन बन गया है जिसको रिप्रेजेंटेशन मिली इन द हॉल ऑफ फेम। नेक्स्ट बात करते हैं बीसीसीआई। बीसीसीआई क्या है? बोर्ड ऑफ क्रिकेट फॉर बोर्ड ऑफ कंट्रोल फॉर क्रिकेट इन इंडिया, इनके द्वारा जो जर्सी नंबर 7 है ना महेंद्र सिंह धोनी की, उसको अभी रिसेंटली रिजर्व कर लिया या फिर उसको रिटायर कर दिया परमानेंटली। मतलब रिटायर करने का मतलब अब कोई भी प्लेयर फ्यूचर में आके 7 नंबर की जर्सी को नहीं ले सकता है। इससे पहले एक और जर्सी को रिटायर किया गया था, वो था जर्सी नंबर 10, जो था किसकी, सचिन तेंदुलकर की, राइट। कोई भी प्लेयर इंडिया में 10 नंबर की जर्सी यूज नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि वो रिजर्व है किसके लिए, सचिन तेंदुलकर के लिए। एंड अब 7 नंबर की जर्सी को भी रिटायर कर दिया गया बिकॉज वो किन की थी, महेंद्र सिंह धोनी की। एंड ये इनकी अचीवमेंट्स को ऑनर करने के लिए ही ये 7 नंबर जर्सी को यहाँ पे रिटायर किया गया। अगर महेंद्र सिंह धोनी की बात करें, इनको पद्मश्री से सम्मानित किया गया था 2009 में, पद्मा भूषण से इनको सम्मानित किया गया था 2018 में, और इनको मेजर ध्यानचंद खेल रत्न अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया गया था 2007 में। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं ITF वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस अवार्ड की तरफ। आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं अरेना सेबलेंका एंड नोवाक जोकोविच। अरेना सेबलेंका ये बेलारूस से बिलोंग करती हैं और नोवाक जोकोविच ये सर्बिया से बिलोंग करते हैं। अगर पूछा जाए कि मैन इंटरनेशनल टेनिस फेडरेशन वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप प्लेयर किसको नेम किया गया, तो मेंस इंटरनेशनल टेनिस फेडरेशन वर्ल्ड चैंपियन कौन रहे फॉर द 8th टाइम इन हिज करियर, वो है नोवाक जोकोविच। और अगर वीमेन का पूछा जाए फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम वीमेंस ITF वर्ल्ड चैंपियन कौन बनी फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, वो है अरेना सेबलेंका। आप इनको पिक्चर में देख सकते हैं और ये बेलारूस से बिलोंग करती है।
What was the theme of the International Coffee Day 2023 that was observed across the globe on 1st of October 2023? So we are talking about the theme. What will be the theme here? Promoting the right to a safe and healthy working environment in the coffee supply chain. So option 4 becomes absolutely right here. Right? This is the theme for the International Coffee Day. Apart from this, remember, International Labour Organization, UN agency, they jointly launched a campaign that was hashtag Coffee People. Coffee people. Next, when was World Vegetarian Day observed across the globe? So World Vegetarian Day was observed on 1st of October across the globe, and it is to promote the life enhancing possibilities of vegetarianism. Who are vegetarians? Who eat plant-based diet, right? Who do not consume non-veg or do not consume any meat or chicken or etc. Right? Also, apart from this, we observe World Vegan Day. What is vegan? Who are the vegans? Vegans are those individuals who do not consume any product that is related to animals, be it milk, cheese, etc. Right? Only plant-based diet. So when do we observe World Vegan Day? It is observed on 1st of November. Right?
अभी एक रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई, लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट इन इंडिया असेसमेंट एंड लॉन्ग टर्म फ्रेमवर्क। ये जो रिपोर्ट है किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के द्वारा रिलीज की गई? पहले तो ये देखते हैं कि जो लॉजिस्टिक्स कॉस्ट इन इंडिया, ये लॉजिस्टिक होता क्या है। लॉजिस्टिक्स होता है जब आप एक प्रोडक्ट को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह लेके चलते हैं, लाइक फैक्ट्री में प्रोडक्ट बना और वेयर हाउस तक जाना, वो उसकी लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट है। अगर लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट इंक्रीज होती है तो जो फाइनल प्रोडक्ट होता है ना, उसकी भी कॉस्ट इंक्रीज होगी। अगर आपने सुना होगा कि पेट्रोल के हम कहते हैं कि प्राइस बढ़ गए, पेट्रोल के प्राइस बढ़ने से पूरी मार्केट पे क्यों इफेक्ट पड़ता है? क्योंकि फिर लॉजिस्टिक का भी बढ़ जाएगा खर्चा, क्योंकि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह हम या तो डीजल या फिर पेट्रोल के व्हीकल पे ले जाते हैं, तो उसका खर्चा बढ़ जाएगा। और अगर उसका खर्चा बढ़ेगा तो हम देखेंगे जो हमारा फाइनल प्रोडक्ट होता है, जो गुड है, उसका भी प्राइस बढ़ जाएगा। इसीलिए पेट्रोल काफ़ी एक इंपॉर्टेंट सेगमेंट रहता है। तो यहीं पे देखेंगे कि लॉजिस्टिक्स को हम इंडिया में कैसे इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं, कैसे उसको बेटर कर सकते हैं, कैसे कॉस्ट कटिंग कर सकते हैं, कैसे रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को बेटर कर सकते हैं। इवन आपने ऑब्जर्व करा होगा NHAI, इनके द्वारा कोविड-19 के बाद से अभी तक बहुत सारे हाईवेज डेवलप करे गए हैं ऑल अराउंड इंडिया, जिससे जो मेजर सिटीज़ हैं उनको कनेक्ट किया गया और जो टाइम है उसको काफ़ी ज़्यादा रिड्यूस किया गया। इससे क्या होगा, एक तो कनेक्टिविटी इंक्रीज होगी, ट्रेड बढ़ेगा, एंड जो लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट है वो भी बहुत कम हो जाएगा।
When was the UN World Habitat Day 2023 observed across the globe with the theme of resilient urban economies, cities of drivers of growth and recovery? This is the theme for the World Habitat Day. And when do we observe World Habitat Day? It is observed on 2nd of October. Right? And remember, this day is annually observed across the globe on the first Monday. On the first Monday of October, to reflect on the states of the cities and human settlements and promote the right to adequate shelter and the need for the sustainable urbanization. Also remember World Habitat Month. Right? It is your October. Right? Next, Dash International Day of Non-Violence was observed across the globe on 2nd of October. So, Dash International Day of Non-Violence. We know on 2nd of October we observe Gandhi Jayanti, and it was the 17th edition of the International Day of Non-Violence that was observed across the globe on 2nd of November. So right option becomes option 5th. Right, and this year in 2023, 2nd October was 154th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi and 17th edition of the International Day of Non-Violence that was observed. So first ever International Non-Violence Day was observed in 2007, first time. And say no to violence, we can say this is the theme of, and Gandhiji used to also promote say no to violence. Now friends, let's move to some homework section. First is, on which date the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas was observed in India? Second, as per UN World Economic Situation and Prospectus Report for 2024, what is the projected GDP growth rate for India in 2024? Third, Vancho wooden craft which was recently received a GI tag belongs to which state? And fourth, which company is operating the Krishna Godavari Basin Deep Sea project in the Bay of Bengal? Fifth, Lanzia Sora paintings which recently got the GI tag belongs to which state? So these are your 5 homework question, friends. I want to see maximum participation from all the students watching this video.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.